Hello, Aloha Fridays. It's cocktail time. So today I'm starting off a little bit differently than I normally do. Whenever I do these videos, I literally go to the refrigerator, open it up and see what's interesting that I can make a cocktail out of. And I can make a cocktail out of pretty much anything. And that's what I'm going to prove to you today. So why don't we get into the refrigerator and see what our special guest is for the day, and we'll make this work. Our special ingredient for the day, remnants of pumpkin pie. That's right. We're going to make a cocktail out of pumpkin pie. Come on, let's go. So the genesis for today's cocktail was me essentially being susceptible to the pumpkin spice latte craze that goes around about this time of year. Every year, I swear, the pumpkin spice lattes start to come out a little bit sooner and a little bit sooner. I became susceptible. I bought a pumpkin pie. It got devoured. There was one last piece remaining, and rather than consume it the traditional way, I thought, let's make it into a cocktail, shall we? So that's exactly what we're going to do. Now this one takes a little bit preparation in advance. We've done this preparation before, so if you have it sitting around already in the refrigerator, go ahead and jump ahead. But what we're going to do is to make our own simple syrup, and we're going to make a cinnamon simple syrup. They're pretty easy to make. We've done simple syrups in the past. You basically take about a cup of water, you get it boiling, and in this particular case, you add at least a good tablespoon of cinnamon into your boiling water in a saucepan, typically the way I do it, or a small frying pan. And then after you get it boiling, you get it mixed up, you add in a cup of sugar, you stir it, and then you can decant it and pour it off into a mason jar like I typically do. And then you can actually stick these in the refrigerator and keep them for a good long period of time, especially if you keep them closed, they're not going to go bad. So I have a wide selection of these various flavored simple syrups, and today we're going to use the cinnamon simple syrup. If you don't want to go through all that process, you can put cinnamon directly into the cocktail. That works too, but you know, where's the fun? Let's make it a little bit complicated, shall we? What's the point of having these videos if they're not complicated? So let's start this cocktail off. We have our shaker. We're going to take our shaker, and I already stoled a little chunk of our pumpkin pie, as you can see here. Stoled our chunk of, now this isn't puree. I'm literally taking the stuffings out of a pumpkin pie, a good full heaping tablespoon of the stuff, good tablespoon. Drop that into our shaker. Put that to the side. We're also going to add in a little bourbon. I'm going with Jim Beam again. It's a inexpensive bourbon, and bourbons are good no matter what flavor they come in, no matter what the label is. So we're adding in 2 ounces of bourbon directly into our shaker. Oh wow, I can already smell that coming up off of the shaker. It smells really good. We're going to take 2 ounces of freshly squeezed orange juice. I've said it a million times before, the fresher the juice, the better the cocktail. 2 ounces of that. We're going to take 1 ounce of our simple syrup, our cinnamon simple syrup. Now, like I said, if you don't have the time or desire to make your own cinnamon simple syrup, the easiest way to do is use 1 ounce of simple syrup, standard simple syrup that you can buy in the store, and probably about a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon directly into the mixer. It'll work. It's not as great, but it works. Also, this is another optional thing that you might want in the cocktail, and that is pumpkin pie spice. If you have it, great, add it into the cocktail. If not, nutmeg will also work. So just a couple shakes, I don't even know if I can measure this out, maybe a pinch or so of pumpkin pie spices. And we're just going to drop some ice into our shaker. And we're going to shake. Now, you probably need to shake a little bit more on this one because you really need to emulsify and break up that pumpkin pie that we kind of inappropriately used. So we'll get this nice and shaken up. I can really feel it getting cold on my hand. So we're going to set this off to the side for right now. We're going to prepare the glass. Now I'm using the traditional martini glass on this one, but I'm actually doing a little bit different. I'm taking some maple syrup, and this actually, believe it or not, really is a fun way to add a little bit of additional flavor to your cocktail. I'm taking a little bit of pure maple syrup, just pouring a little dab here onto my plate. And I'm taking my martini glass and I'm rimming the martini glass with the maple syrup. Then I am taking that same martini glass. I have cinnamon here, just a little pile of cinnamon, and I'm going to run it through that as well. You don't even need to put out a lot of cinnamon, but if you put it in a pile like this, you can just really easily get it. So we've nicely rimmed the glass with maple syrup and cinnamon. You can see that. Put up a picture. And then we take our shaker that has our concoction in it. And look at this. We are going to strain it. I've got the strainer on. We just pour it straight into the glass. And I am going to actually steal a dollop of whipped cream off of my pie here. Steal a dollop of that, add that right into the edge of my glass. And how about this? Just for that extra added bit of color, I've got a little powdered sugar here. Got a little powdered sugar. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm taking my powdered sugar and I'm just sprinkling the top, and adds a nice little touch to it. It doesn't add a lot of flavor to the drink, but it adds a really nice look to the cocktail. And there you go. We have a liquid pumpkin pie. Boozy liquid pumpkin pie, if you get to know the truth. So enjoy. I'll see you again next Friday. And keep your cocktail going. I'm ready to go trick-or-treating. See you next week.